Welcome to today's meditation. I am so happy that you're here. Go ahead, get comfortable and cozy. I'm lucky it's been a little colder, meaning I can wear sweats and have a nice blanket and have that hot cocoa. So wherever you are, if it's warm, if it's cold, go ahead and get comfortable and cozy. Thank you so much for being here. I love you very much. The fact that you're here, you're my best friend. Props to you. Good job. There is so much fun to be had once you start going down the path of the Phoenix Protocol and receiving your unique operating system without interference and fully connected, because your purpose and destiny are meant to be fun. It is a journey. There are vistas along the way. You climb the mountain, you go into the valley, and you do it over and over again. You have strength, you have conviction, you have a team. You're so in tune that everything is poetic, everything has beauty, even the ups, even the downs. So thank you for being here and tapping into that true inherent coding that you've always had. It's just that things have become so complicated. When they're not complicated, they're simple. And we're just getting you online. It's so fun. You're a good person. You have pure intentions. You're meant to have resources allocated to you. Please authenticate if you haven't already today. How do we authenticate, right? We validate ourselves within the universal operating system. We use code term God. So simple. I don't know when it became so attached to all of these different groups, but I'm not talking in a religious sense at all. I'm talking in a coding sense, pure and simple. That is the code that needs no context. And so we will use it because I want the universal operating system to give me resource allocation so I can do my destiny and live my purpose. I use my gifts and talents every day. So I'm using the energy of the universe properly. I've proven myself. So authenticate away. Okay? And if you're just starting on this path, authenticate and ask for help. And keep your intention pure and your actions good. And use your talents and gifts every day as much as you can. It could be as simple as, someone drops something in front of you. You pick it up because you saw that. You have the gift and talent of being aware. You help somebody. That's an amazing, beautiful blessing filled with good karma. That helps you validate that you're using your resources properly. So let's talk a little bit more about this resource allocation. One thing that we all have suffered from because we haven't understood that this is just a coding issue is that the code is going so slow, right? Why are we not getting our destiny and purpose? Why do we not feel in alignment with that path? Why? Why is the code running so slow? Okay. An example of this is someone that you feel is very, very talented, and for some reason, things are not moving forward for them. The example that I love to give, because I am a creative, is that if you get an idea, an inspiration, and this is exaggerated, so let's laugh a little bit with this example. So someone is literally thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a billionaire tomorrow. This is going to happen. Tomorrow, I'm going to be a billionaire. But right now, they have absolutely nothing. So this would be a miracle in and of itself. And then God is thinking, okay, I'm down for this. They're going to be a billionaire tomorrow. And they get an inspiration of writing down that, they like black onyx cubes, right? They get this idea for black onyx cubes and they're like, black onyx cubes. Never thought about that before. Very interesting. I'm not going to write that down because the $1 billion idea is going to come tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to be a billionaire and I'm going to have the idea. God's like, wait, what? I thought you asked for that and all you had to do was write down black onyx cubes. That wasn't the idea, but I was just kind of seeing if you're going down this path because I was about to give you that blessing, which was pretty random and surprising, but I was going to do it. And you just had to kind of go through the motions of showing me that you were actually taking the actions with pure positive intention and having a bit of joy on this journey, and you were going to write down black onyx cubes, and then actually I was going to have a phone call come in and you're going to get a job. Something, who knows, right? So that's just a funny example. I hope you followed it. But I'm saying when I write, because I'm a writer, I have to literally write whatever comes through my mind. And there are a lot of other creatives that talk about this. And you write. And we have this joke in my team where we say, okay, if you're not even going to write the 5 sentences that have come through, and God is sitting there like, I have this really, really good idea, and you haven't even written your 5 sentences, but there's Joe over there next door that's been writing for 5 days, God is going to be like, okay, Joe is really putting in the work. I'm going to give him the great idea, and he's going to have this phenomenal moment. Meanwhile, you over there, you haven't even written down 1 sentence. What are you doing? And let's not get lost in the sauce here, because people want to do these manifestation techniques where they write the same thing down over and over and over and over and over again, kind of like they're in trouble at school and they're saying, I will not throw papers at the teacher anymore, and they're going to send that 1,000 times into the ethers. I don't manifest like that at all. I write down and I have a download of something one time, and then I love that and I'm there for that, and I kind of tune in to see if there's any next steps right now. If writing it down is all that I can do because I just got that download and that blurb, that's great. But if I know the next step, then I go and do it. If I don't, I kind of work on other things because I have to keep using my gifts and talents. I have to always be using my gifts and talents, because that is how I get more processing power and I get validated within the system. That doesn't mean that I don't sit down and watch a movie. I love movies. That doesn't mean that I don't make myself a good meal and eat it. That's me enjoying the process and the journey. That is part of my inspiration. That is part of me enjoying your works and gifts and talents. Someone brought me this food. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. We're here to interact with each other. Someone made this movie for me. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. But in addition to me enjoying the works of my fellow brothers and sisters, animals, plants, trees, everything, I need to contribute my gifts and talents so that you all can enjoy it as well. And I hope you're enjoying. So that goes to show, right? You need to go with the journey, right? You authenticate with God. You're getting more resources allocated to you. Continue using them through your gifts and talents, because otherwise there starts to become these bottlenecking issues. Code starts to slow down. Excess resources are being sent there without it being used efficiently. And so that starts to create these bottlenecking issues where actually you may have felt like you had a surge of energy suddenly because you got plugged back in and you were given your resource allocation, but for some reason you did not optimize just by using your gifts and talents that day fully and completely. So once you connect in, right, and you authenticate with the system, and the system's going to think, oh my gosh, I've been looking for you. Thank you for authenticating. And here's your resource allocation. And if you continue to just do as you've always done, you just got more resources. So you need to authenticate every day and show how are you using these new resources effectively and efficiently. Otherwise, you will create a bottleneck issue, which means that more resources have been allocated to you, but it's slow because you're not using your gifts and talents properly, and that's not allowing the energy to basically amplify in your zone, in your life, in your world. So if you have not been getting the proper resources because someone around you is siphoning them, or they're greedy, or whatever may be going on, and then suddenly you tap in and you connect to universal operating system of God as your unique operating system, and whoosh, all of the resources are allocated to you, and you feel all of this energy, but you don't use your gifts and talents that day, then the operating system is wondering, okay, yes, this person is doing good acts, they have pure intention, but maybe they have all the resources that they can handle right now, and I influx them too soon because now there's this bottlenecking effect. So if you really want this to go as quickly and as optimized as possible, when you connect in, you should expect a surge in energy. And when that energy comes in, you should be able to use your gifts and talents. And if you're still figuring out what those are, you should be trying different things to learn what your gifts and talents are. That's part of the process, yes? Okay. And then the energy is being used effectively, and you will eliminate this bottlenecking issue where you got a surge in energy, but it's backed up now because your gifts and talents are not putting it back into the system in the most optimized way so that the energy can continue to flow through. I hope that makes sense, because it's another way of looking at how this isn't working. And I want it to work for you. I want you to live your destiny and your purpose. And we have to understand our role in that. And it becomes very simple. Very, very simple. You connect in, right? You get authenticated. You're searchable. You've been validated. You're a good person with good intentions. The energy that you are meant to have, the processing power of the universe, is then sent to you. It's rerouted appropriately to you because you are the one that deserved the resource allocation. You earned it. And then you have the same exact day that you had while you weren't getting your resources, despite getting more energy. That creates a bottleneck issue. It is easy to sidestep by knowing you are about to get more resource allocation. Make sure you use your gifts and talents appropriately so that that resource allocation is efficiently used and you are worthy of more. And you do not experience a bottlenecking issue. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very proud. Very, very proud. Love you very much. Your destiny and purpose literally awaits. The energy is coming through. Use your gifts and talents so that the system can validate you and give you more. It's exciting. It's so easy. I'm so proud of you. It's fun. It's getting fun. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day.